are running about a half hour late today. Normally we try and go on by 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not a lot going on today, so it's not going to really kill us to be a half hour late, but I do apologize for that. Normally we try and go on like 10:15, but what we're doing is behind the scenes we're talking about the contest and why we have no leaderboard right now. And all the data has been input, all the data has been all of it's there. We have everything. It's just, well, Roofalo got sick, and I guess they had a sort of a convoluted way of doing it. But we're going to fix it all today, and we will have your leaderboard. If we don't have it by the drive-through tonight, we will have it by tomorrow morning, and we will start adding daily updates for the leaderboards on this show every day, as well as on the drive-through for the contest, because we're now a week in, and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of anxious to see who's up there too, right? Because, I mean, we're going to be working together. So Roofalo is out today, and that means whoever would have won the contest or one of the contests would have had an opportunity to be on the show today. So it's going to be these type of things, as well as, of course, we've got 2 Monday Night Football games today, bonus. And then we've got 2 Monday Night Football games. We've got some really bad college basketball. It's not bad. There's no such thing as bad college basketball. I mean, we bet on video games, right? So a few months ago. So it's like you gotta keep things in perspective, and with all the cancellations and stuff, it's happening. But let's bring in the guys that are here. So we've got just Rod and Brian and myself today. We have Roofalo's out sick, so you don't have to ask where's Chris, and we could have a little contest here. Let's guess what Roofalo has. What illness does Roofalo have? I'm gonna go with stomach pains and diarrhea. Brian,
I go coronavirus.
Corona, straight Corona for Brian. I don't think he's got Corona because he said he's hoping to feel better tomorrow.
Well, sometimes they do feel better the next day. Just depends how bad it is, right? How strong you are.
Roofalo is a strong man.
Yep.
But odor isn't everything. Anyways, we've got the 2 Monday Night Football games. We've got college basketball today. So of course we're here every day. And once again, for those of you just joining us, apologize for being late. We were talking for at least a half hour behind the scenes about the contest because I was hoping to unveil the leaderboard today on the show. And Rod is telling me why, and it's like it's sort of I'm not upset with Rod. I'm upset with the process, and upset that I guess maybe I should. It's my own fault. I should have been more involved from the beginning on it, and had set these guys up better for success on it. We will have a leaderboard tomorrow, and we'll have daily updates going forward after that. Though should be fairly straightforward after that. But anyways, Brian, what do you got going on today? I gotta say, for me, I've been on a cold stretch ever since that stupid Philly Seattle play. Yesterday I got even with the Eagles because I had the Packers, and see, this is how you do it, right? This is how it's supposed to work in the NFL. Okay, the guy breaks away on a run, you take the ball and you run it into the end zone. Okay, now you're up by 14 points. You don't worry about that the other team's going to catch you by, you're up by 14 and they're going to catch you. Okay, you just say, we're up by 14 points now. We're going to try and win this football game by outscoring our opponent. You put the defense on the field, they force a turnover, and it's game over. It's like, how hard is this? They've been doing this for 100 years, and all of a sudden, the last 2 years, it becomes this, fall on my ass before running in the end zone thing. I mean, I'm so sick of it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen because the math doesn't even make sense for these plays. Like that Nick Chubb and Todd Gurley are the worst at it, right? I mean, these guys, Georgia, they obviously don't teach math class. If you're on the football team, you're not allowed to learn how to add. That's basically the way it works. But speaking of add, Brian, let's add to some winners, man. It's time to turn this around and get it going. We were on such a heater. It was bound to slow down a little bit. I was 2-3 in the NFL yesterday. I don't know why I put that Chiefs play in.
But the difference between a winning and losing day is, for me, it's the Texans fumbling at the 2 and then TCU getting a bad line. So, I mean, a loss, I was 0-3 in the NFL, 1-1 college basketball, but still 16-8 NFL run overall, and long-term college basketball, 394 and 315, so 56%. So we just got to keep on.
No, exactly. You keep on keeping on. You keep on keeping on.
Very little bit separates a winning day and a losing day.
Well, I mean,
horrible.
in all fairness, you've caught some good lines too. You've caught some.
Yeah, so I got even.
You've caught some really good lines too, and I've caught some really good lines. I've caught some really bad lines too. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Is the when you put in your pick. But that you've caught it both ways, and as far as the fumble on the 2-yard line or the turnover on the 2-yard line, you also had the Eagles last Monday. So I mean, it goes. This is sports betting.
I had the Eagles small yesterday too. I felt like I got.
I would love nothing more if I was 56% and it went. I won 5.6 games out of every 10. I would love it to be. I would love it if it worked like that, but it never does. It never does, and it's always like 4-1. 2-3.
I was kicking myself though at around 7:30. I looked and I thought, man, Denver Broncos. That looks so easy. I wish it's easy to say now, and I posted in the Facebook group that because you can't post premiums then. But man, Denver just the way the money just stayed at 13. Everybody liked the Chiefs, so. I just couldn't get enough balls to take Denver earlier in the day because they're just not a good team.
The one that I should have put in. So I've had 2 days in a row of picks that I bet. So my account did great, and that I didn't put in as premium picks. I gave them out for free picks, and that was the Dolphins yesterday. I loved them, and I went on halftime, and I was like, I love them. At halftime, it was like, I don't know why I didn't put it in. It just didn't even make any sense to me. And then the late games, I talked myself out of all of them. I mean, I had the Packers, but it's like I liked a few of those other ones too. I thought the Patriots, I just loved them against the Chargers. I even said it on the show. I said it in the video. You've got the greatest coach of all time against one of the bottom 2 coaches in the entire NFL in this matchup. And man, what a coaching mismatch that was. You want to talk about a chess match gone awry. Wow. I mean, Anthony Lynn just had no answers. He had no answers. I believe he will be fired.
Yeah, he should be fired.
Speaking of Roofalo, what do you...
All right, tonight I got my Monday 3-pack money shot. 2 NFL, 1 college basketball. So I'm going to get back on track today, get it $50 at pickdogs.com, and we're going to have a good day today.
You don't sound so chipper, Brian. You got to pick it up, man. Turn that frown upside down.
I don't like to have losing days, but I'll be back.
Hey, I don't believe me. I don't like losing days either, man. I'm really not happy about it. But I also know that they happen, and it's part of this thing. And losing streaks happen, and it's part of this. And 2 weeks ago, I was on a heater that you couldn't stop me, and a week ago I was as well. And I know that my next one is just a game away. So I've caught a couple, things that it looks like, it could be an end. And it's like, the losing streaks always feel like they last a month, and the winning streaks always feel like they last a week, And
I feel like the NFL games tonight are easy, but then sometimes you always feel like that, and then they aren't easy.
They do look easy. Rod, what do you got today?
For me, I had a good weekend, good winning weekend. One Saturday, one Sunday. So let's keep it going. Keep rolling this week. I've got Kickstart the week 5-pack. I got 4 college basketball that I love today and 1 NFL. I put all together in one package, 5-pack. Get it over at the website, $29.99.
I'll add here that the reason why I went to a multi-handicapper site. You guys know I had the premium area, which was just me for years. And then I had my other website where we did the multi-capper thing. The reason why I went to a multi-capper with this is because of this. Because it's like, I have a different handicapping style than some of the other people out there, right? I'm going to land on the exact opposite end of the spectrum of a few of the handicappers that we have. There's always going to be someone who's going to be hot at our site, and it's just the way things run. It definitely is a streaky, cyclical thing. And, overall, everybody, meets in the middle at some point, But I think that what we're seeing is that there's a few handicappers there that while I've been sitting on the top of the leaderboard with Brian for the last 2-3 months, now there's some guys who have been sitting on the bottom who kind of have clawed their way back to the top. And, then you have other guys like Rod, who's kind of been on the bottom. He's been on the top. He's kind of back and forth. I would say Rod is in the middle between maybe Brian, who's probably the extreme one way, and then some of our other guys who I would say, and I'll specifically name some guys because I'm not going to, I'm not saying they're good or bad or anything like that, but I'll just say like a guy like Al Ninos has the opposite style of Brian. So it's like
we make a good couple,
right? They'd make a good couple because you would have if you had the Al Ninos Brian 2-handicapper package, which we are going to be offering multi-handicapper packages in the near future. If you had like the Brian Al Ninos handicapper package, I'd be getting the email from you saying, Brian has this team, Al has this team. Who do I take? It's like that's basically what would happen in that situation. I know.
But the Jets yesterday almost getting a win.
Yeah, almost.
That was not, there were like 3 games that were almost.
Yeah, the one that killed me. The one that was the backbreaker for me was the Falcons. It was they called back like some big plays on the Falcons, and also it was like if you're going to just do that play that they did. If they're going to handle the clock and everything like they did at the end of the game, and in all fairness, they blew two chances, right, to win the game or to do something.
Yeah.
If
they
ran
with Gurley on
but if you have these timeouts and they're just going to slam the ball into the line, why don't you kick the field goal down by 5? Kick off, because it was exactly the same thing would have happened, except instead of just throwing a prayer into the end zone, you'd be kicking a game-winning field goal.
Yep.
I mean, what's the hell is the difference? It's like, except you have a much better chance of doing it. Raheem Morris clearly doesn't understand the NFL. I mean, this guy's been in the league for a very long time and had very little success as a head coach.
Take the damn points.
He clearly doesn't understand it. He kicks the field goal there, the Falcons cover. And they have a chance to win the game.
And they win that game.
Instead, you throw a prayer to Julio Jones in the corner of the end zone into triple coverage twice. I mean, I like Julio Jones as much as the next guy. And I think that, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, personally. I think his catch in the Super Bowl against the Patriots is the greatest Super Bowl catch of all time. Better than
Tyree or the Giants.
Yeah. I think his catch against the Patriots was the best catch. I think it was one of the best catches you'll ever see. It was just unbelievable. I mean, how does he do it? Is what you say to yourself. Bill Belichick, on that catch, he reached his hand, and in the same play, Edelman made that catch right over his head on the ground to hit him in this. He's laying on his back, and it hit him on the ground. He made that catch in the same game, but Julio Jones made a catch. Bill Belichick had the challenge flag. He had his hand in his pocket for the challenge flag. He looked at the replay and was just like, what exactly am I going to do here? But anyways, this is the NFL. We got the NBA coming up. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing all over again, and the NBA starts in 15 days. I'm excited about it. It'll be interesting to see what the COVID protocol is in the NBA because now you have games that are a lot tighter together and players that are more meaningful than perhaps even some of the guys that are out on some team in the NFL. It's definitely a lot more meaningful. What if a Zion Williamson or LeBron James or Anthony Davis or Embiid or we've seen the impact of these guys not in the lineup. The Freak. How meaningful they are to their team. Jimmy Butler, right? I mean, we're going to see exactly how this shakes out because the last time we saw the NBA was in the bubble. So we did not have this. But the NBA is not in the bubble anymore.
No, but they're handing out free weed, so that prevents coronavirus by 80%. So that's why they lifted the thing. So there'll be less in the NBA.
Whatever it takes. We got the Washington football team taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like Washington here. I think I like them on the money line. I think this is where the Steelers go down on short rest. Washington's got a ton to play for. We saw the Giants in the same division rise to the occasion yesterday in Seattle. I like Alex Smith, and I think they're going to have a good time with him tonight during the game. I don't even know what channel this game is on. I'm going to guess it's not on ESPN, is it?
Probably Fox. Wait.
It would normally be a Fox game. We'll find it.
Yeah,
we'll find it. But it's not. It's, I know it's Sports Chat and Pick Dogs. We say where
Canada, TSN.
What do you think of this game, Brian?
Over the years, you've always seen a lackluster performance from the Steelers after they play the Ravens. So now you got it enhanced on a shorter week. I think it's a must-win game for Washington. I like their defense. I like Pittsburgh's defense. So I'm going to go under. I see a lot of running the football in this one. So give me the under. And first touchdown, Logan Thomas again, plus 2,000. I'm going to try that.
Logan Thomas, you said, first touchdown?
Yeah, $50 payout. Nice little chunk of change.
I like that. I like that Washington went to Logan Thomas for the option pass, because remember he was a quarterback at Virginia Tech, and so it's not like he played. Some of these guys you see, they played quarterback at like Southeast Missouri State, like Division III or something. No, he was a quarterback at Virginia Tech, like a major Division I program, nationally ranked program. This guy can, he has no problem throwing the ball 40, 50, 60 yards on a rope. And, we saw him do it last week. I think they're going to do that again. That play works. Rod, what do you see here?
For me in this one, I agree with Brian. I think both teams going to run the ball. We're not going to see a high score. Both defenses are pretty good, so we're definitely going to see a few punts in this game. I like the under as well. Give me the under 43.5. I think hasn't budged.
Okay, I like Washington on the money line in this game. My pick. It's so you have to consider that Pittsburgh is on a short week here too.
They have the Bills on deck too. I don't know how much that matters.
I don't think that matters that much, but I think like this game matters, and I think that I just think it just sets up for it. No one goes undefeated, it just doesn't happen. Let's see if we can find some NFL props here. I'm looking for these touchdown odds. I did a little show yesterday. So, by the way, the drive-thru is going to be on at 4 o'clock today. And so I can do my halftime show for this Washington game. So the drive-thru will be preempted. Not preempted. It will just be at a different time.
4 o'clock?
4 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh.
Trying to think of who I think is going to score the first touchdown. I just can't remember.
I'm going to go with J.D. McKissick to score the first touchdown.
J.D. McKissick. I'm going to go with... let me see. I will go with... Gibson. They gave him the ball a ton last week.
He did, yep.
All right. Second game. San Francisco against Buffalo. Buffalo's got the Steelers next week. They got the Dolphins breathing down their neck. They do have the one win against Miami, so they own the tiebreaker there. But I believe they play again, probably soon. Brian, what are you thinking here? This line's gone back and forth.
Rob, I'm giving out the total on the drive-thru today, so make sure you tune in. I'm leading off.
Frozen, first time for Brittler. It's been that kind of day, Rod. Let's cut to you. It's been that kind of morning. It's Monday.
It's Monday, yeah.
At least I'm not sitting on the bowl like Roofalo is. Could be worse.
No, I definitely don't have that issue either this morning. For me in this game here, Buffalo needs this win. They're fighting for with the Dolphins for first in the division, and the 49ers still aren't at 100%. So for me in this one, I'm going to take the Bills money line. I think they come into the place where they lost, where they lost to Arizona by that Hail Mary bomb, and I think they would get revenge for that here. I'm going to take the Bills money line.
The Bills' remaining schedule is we've lost Brian now. So switch this around. See if he's coming back.
Computer probably just decided to do a reboot.
Yeah, I don't think it was a computer doing a reboot. It just looked like he lost his Skype connection. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. I'm familiar with these things. So the Bills have the 49ers, then the Steelers, Broncos, Patriots, and Dolphins. And it's at New England at home against Miami January 3rd.
That's a big game.
Well, the whole schedule looks pretty tough there. When we look at the Dolphins, when we look at the Dolphins schedule, the Dolphins have the Chiefs, then Patriots at home, at the Raiders, and at the Bills. So the Dolphins don't have any picnic left either. So
No, they both have a tough schedule
with
left.
the Patriots getting that win yesterday, they got a crack at both these teams. With 6 losses, they beat them both, and then one of them has to beat each other. They're right back in it,
They're right back in it, yeah.
Right back in it. Yep, I gave out my pick on the video, and Brian, he said he would be giving out his pick on the drive-through. So we've got some college basketball today. It's just those of you that are joining us now, basically what happened is Brian lost his internet or something. Roofalo's out sick, and Chris has got the meat sweats. I like that. That's a good one.
He's got the meat sweats. I like that one too.
Chris was born with the meat sweats.
Yeah. He came out of the womb. Why is my baby sweating? Oh, meat sweats early.
Rod, here's a question for you. Can you do player props for the contest?
No, you can't do pray. There's still people, even though the rules state, the rules state no first halves, no first quarters. Put your picks, the games, the day of the entry where it says day December 7th. Today's picks only. And we have people putting in football all weekend long. And it says right there at the bottom, it's going to be graded as a loss if you don't put the picks the day of. Doesn't help us. I'm not going to try to figure out, you put your pick 2 days from now.
Here's a great guy telling us how good he was yesterday. I hate that, man.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I don't care if I've had a winning day or losing day or anything. I hate the guys that tell you how they did yesterday. I can't stand that. It's like we give everybody plenty of opportunity, Plenty of opportunity.
I bet you he did great too, because it's not like these people.
Well, because he never counts.
I had a horrible day. I went 0-3.
He never counts as losers. We never get to see his losers because he throws all the. It's like the guy. It's like the people that post. Why can't I post my tickets after the game? Only if you show all your losers that you threw on the floor. It's like.
Where's the stack of losers?
Yeah. Anyways, kind of stuck at 27,000 subscribers. I think we're close to 27.1. We flew between 25 and 27 so fast. Anyways, let's get to college basketball. I think Brian is gone for the day. I don't know what happened to him. Richmond against Wofford to open things up. This is a late line. I did not do a video on this game. I wish I would have. George Washington against UMBC, another late line. Hartford Fairfield Wilmington, East Carolina. Charlotte, South Carolina State. North Carolina Central at Coastal Carolina, another late line. Any of these things, Rod?
In this first one, which one we were looking at?
Richmond, up to 6 o'clock Eastern time start.
I like UMBC. Give me UMBC minus the 2 here. And I like we're at the 2 p.m. time slot.
Yeah, Wofford and Richmond. 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, 2 to 6. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I like Richmond over Wofford there. I think Richmond's just the better team. Give me Richmond and UMBC in that time slot. And Brian messaged and said his Wi-Fi went Kaplitsky. Wi-Fi went out.
Yep, we did hit the second half on Denver team total. I had Chiefs second half with Denver team total at 9 in that thing. I like Wofford here against Richmond. I think Richmond, anytime you beat Kentucky, you're going to get too much ink. Wofford's been good for a long time. They're not a novelty act. I like Hartford against Fairfield. These teams just played. They just played, 2 days ago or something. Hartford was the dog. Now they're the favorite. And a lean to Wilmington against East Carolina as well. We've got Middle Tennessee against Chattanooga. Norfolk versus Hampton. That is actually going to be a good one. We've got North Florida against Florida Atlantic. Wow, some of these games just popped up. Morehead versus Eastern Kentucky. That one's been there. But Oregon against Eastern Washington. I didn't even see that one. I'm going to do some videos after this. Southeast Missouri versus Lipscomb. Any of those?
This one's there. I like Chattanooga here over Middle Tennessee.
Anything else?
And I like Oregon. Give me Oregon over Eastern Washington. I think that's too many points there. I think Oregon blows them out.
Eastern Washington's been good. They've been up against some good teams too. I like the over in the Morehead State against Eastern Kentucky game. I think 145.5. Morehead State has played the brutal of brutal schedules. They played at Kentucky, which, I know it's not the same Cats team that we've seen in recent years, but still, at Kentucky, Ohio State, and they played Rhode Island. Those are the 3 losses. I think if North Carolina had those 3 losses, it would be okay. Up against Eastern Kentucky, who we know is good. So over 145.5, I like in that game. And I like Hampton in that game against Norfolk. I just think it's too many points. And I like Lipscomb minus the 4 against Southeast Missouri. Southeast Missouri, they don't return anything from last year. I don't understand the line there, to be honest with you. And then our last 2 games of the night: Loyola Marymount against UCSB and Arizona against Northern Arizona. I think the UCSB against Loyola Marymount is a really interesting game, and I think a lot of people, hopefully, they've jumped on it from our show. How we've been all over Loyola Marymount. Because UCSB was considered to be the conference king of the conference with UC Irvine, but this line has dropped. It's opened at 4, which was light to begin with, and now it's dropped from there. The Mount is tough, man. They're tough, man. The Mount is tough. They're tough.
That's because there's a pile of money coming in on this.
Well, of course.
So I looked at that one this morning, and I'm gonna go the other way. I think This time it's a good letdown spot for Loyola. I think Santa Barbara comes up and gets a win here. Covers a small number at home. Give me UCSB minus the 3.5.
I'm going to be on the other side of that one. I'm going to take Loyola Marymount. They're kind of my team for the show this year.
They have been yet, so that's
kind of my team.
And then I'm going to take Arizona. Give me Arizona over Northern Arizona. Didn't they whoop Arizona by like 50 last year? And I don't even like Arizona. Ugh. But I think this is a spot you take Arizona to beat Northern Arizona.
Sean Miller's kind of changed the way that he does things there at Arizona. I mean, this guy, of course, he knows how to work the phone, right? I mean, it's help is just a phone call away with Sean Miller. And, the thing is that with Arizona, Sean Miller at Arizona, he's had a different talent level than he had when he was coaching Xavier. So he went to like this run and gun style, up and down the court. And now he's gone back to that Xavier perimeter game, with the guard play and slowing the pace down a little bit and playing some defense. So 23 is a lot. I think that, they're infinitely more talented. But the Lumberjacks, this is their first game of the season. They're not that horrible, and that's a ton of points. So I might take the other side there too. But any birdcage for today? Those of you that are joining late, Roofalo is sick, and Brian was on the show, and he lost his internet. So it's been Monday. It's Monday. So we started the show a half hour late because there's an issue with the contest. But it's not an issue with you guys or something. I have an issue with the contest with the way that it's being done. So we're gonna work that out so we can get you guys, because I'm interested in who's on the leaderboard. I mean, if you're gonna be working with us, it's like I need to know, because it's like we have certain rules. It's like I see people in there that aren't using their real name, that don't have a real name. So you'd be disqualified if you win. You got time to change your profile. But if you have a fake name, killer or something, it's like you're not gonna work with me. I got news for you.
Lush Love? Is your name really Lush Love?
If your name's not Lush Love, no reason to enter the contest, because if you win, you will be disqualified. It's in the rules. It's got to be your real picture and real name. It's in the rules. Anyways, Rod, you got a bird cage for us?
Yeah, we're going to go take Bills, money line, Washington and Pittsburgh under the total, and take Lipscomb minus the 4. Parlay those 3 up.
Hartford, Wilmington, and we'll go Hartford, Wilmington, and the over in the Morehead State Eastern Kentucky game. And that'll be my birdcage for today. Well, thanks everyone for joining us once again. Technical difficulties. You guys know I'm not gonna sit here and apologize, because everyone knows I'm not sorry. It happens. It's part of life.
Sometimes the internet just goes blip.
Yeah, internet problems. There's always better ways to do things, too. And so we'll get you those contest leaderboard hopefully tomorrow morning, if not by tomorrow on the drive-thru at the latest. I don't know what. I'm going to take a look at everything and see how hard it's going to be. Thank you so much, Kwame, for this super chat. Yeah, I mean, I never said that I win every game or I don't go on cold streaks. It's like it happens. But normally when I go on them, I come out on fire. So
fire, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just finding that spot.
You'll find that one game that all of a sudden everything will go your way and it'll turn around.
Yep. Well, anyways, I'm going to do an Oregon Eastern Washington video right now, and I'll post that right after the show. So everyone have a great day. I'll see you guys at halftime of both Monday games today. And of course, be sure to tune into the drive-thru. It's going to be a short show, but at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Roofalo is not going to be on for that one either. So the show will probably be a lot better than you're used to seeing from them. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. And of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow.